Good morning. Now, can you hear me?
Tejas, is this audible? 3 more minutes, dear participants. Exactly at 10 o'clock, we are going to commence. We are going to start the session. Shri ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning to all. Unless strategy evaluation is performed seriously and systematically, and unless strategists are willing to act on the results, energy will be used up defending yesterday. At the very outset, I, Mrs. Sridevi Prabhu, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce and Management, Sheshatripuram Degree College, Mysuru, would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you to this state-level virtual FDP on the topic Evaluation Mechanism for Program Outcome and Course Outcome Attainment. Let's begin this program by invoking God's blessings upon all of us. May I now call upon Mrs. Soumya N., Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce and Management, Sheshadripuram Degree College, Mysuru, to sing the invocation song.
ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಿಡಿಯಲಿ ಹೃದಯದ ವೀಣೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ ರಾಯನು ಮನವೇ ರಾಯನು ಮನವೇ ಬಾಯಿ ತೆರೆದು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ರಾಯನು ಮನವೇ ರಾಯನು ಮನವೇ ಬಾಯಿ ತೆರೆದು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಆಡಿದ ಮಾಡಿದ ನೋಡಿದ ಪಾಪವ ಹೊರಹಾಯಲು ಬಿಡುವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾಯೆನು ಮನವೇ ಮಾಯೆನು ಮನವೇ ಬಾಯಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾಯೆನು ಮನವೇ ಮಾಯೆನು ಮನವೇ ಬಾಯಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಬರಲೊಲ್ಲದು ಹೊರ ಹೋದ ಪಾಪವು ರಾಮ ರಾಮ ಎನ್ನುವೊಮ್ಮೆ ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಗಿರಿಜೆಗೆ ಶಂಕರ ಬೋಧಿಸಿದಂತಹ ತಾರಕ ಮಂತ್ರವನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಗಿರಿಜೆಗೆ ಶಂಕರ ಬೋಧಿಸಿದಂತಹ ತಾರಕ ಮಂತ್ರವನೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೆನೆದು ನೆನೆದು ನೀ ಧನ್ಯನಾಗುಮನ ರಾಮ ಎನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮಿಡಿಯಲಿ ಹೃದಯದ ವೀಣೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ನುಡಿ ಮನ ರಾಮನಾಮವೊಮ್ಮೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Soumya Madam. To give a fitting beginning to this program, may I now request Ms. Pooja Ji, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Sheshadripuram Degree College, to welcome all to this program.
Good morning, one and all. I, Pooja, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, take this pleasure in welcoming you all for today's virtual faculty development program. Firstly, I would like to welcome the resource person of today's FDP, Professor Santhosh Anand, Assistant Professor, Chairperson, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Mysore. A happy welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank
I
you.
also welcome Professor Soumya Irapake, Principal, Sheshadripuram Degree College, Mysuru. A glad welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I extend a warm welcome to all the faculties from different colleges for the program. And I also welcome all the teaching and non-teaching staff of Sheshadripuram Degree College, Mysuru for the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am. May I now request Mrs. Anusha S., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, Sheshadripuram Degree College, Mysuru, to introduce the resource person to all the participants.
Good morning, all. I, Anusha, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, take this gracious opportunity to introduce today's resource person, Professor Santhosh Anand, for the session. Professor Santhosh Anand serves as a Vice Chairperson as well as a Professor of Computer Science at Amrita Vidyapeetham, Mysore. He had earned his BTech degree from Vishwa Technical University and MTech degree from Sridevi Institute of Technology, Mangalore. Currently is pursuing PhD from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham in wireless sensor network. He has 13 years of teaching experience. Being an exponent in wireless sensoring, he has made an astounding feat in academia with a philanthropy of academic journals and research papers in technology. Furthermore, in the year 2016-17, one of his major projects got awarded as Best and Outstanding Project of the Year from the Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology. Professor Santhosh has guided and evaluated several engineering projects of the colleges and universities related to database, Java, J2EE, and other programming languages. He has been appointed several times as a deputy chief for university for conducting theory and practical examinations. He has worked as AICTE, NAC, VTU, exam and university coordinator for all kinds of approval work. He has created the Association of Computer Science and Engineering, which helps and brings primary and high school students to work together along with engineering students on several projects. He is a reviewer for various national and international journals, is a laurel indeed, and he has received a patent for developing Lifeline chip for soldiers, and it is one of his most valuable contribution to the nation. We are happy and delighted to have such an eminent and young personality with us today. So thank you, and I request Professor Santhosh sir to take over.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Without doing delay, I will start my presentation. Today, I am going to talk about the COPO mapping, and feel free to get any suggestions from our faculty members because you are more experienced in the teaching in your subject, in your area. I'll start my presentation. I'll share my presentation. Hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah.
visible.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, everyone. Actually, when we are talking about the COPO PSO attainment, nowadays this document is too much important when we are going for any kinds of accreditations. Moreover, it's give that what we are teaching and what the subject content, and finally what students are achieving after completing of the any particular course, particular programs. So this outcomes, when we are talking about the outcomes, even NEP also came that which talks about that every years there should be some outcome for the students. This outcomes is talking about the result oriented, what result we are getting, what is the, it is like the product defined process. It is about the students, what the students can do after completion of any programs, any course or any single unit. Even that our course is divided, our course syllabus is divided into 5 units. What they are getting in first unit, what they are getting in second unit, after completion of the course, what they are understanding and what they will able to do. Similarly, once that graduate, maybe undergraduate or postgraduate, when their students are completing, what finally they can able to do, or after few years what they will able to do. So this all comes upon the outcomes. It is like instructional unit, which talks about the unit wise outcomes, then comes to the course outcome, then finally it all together become the program outcomes. This outcome based education, it is the decision about the curriculum. When we are making any syllabus, any curriculum, by the exit learning outcome. It's not that when students are inside our campus, that only we are taking the marks or results and we are evaluating. No. After completing their course, we are giving them survey, we are giving the indirect attainment questions of each and every course. Suppose that if I am teaching the Java or computer network, so after finishing the computer network of my completing the syllabus, finishing the NSEM exam, then what we will do is we will give some indirect attainment questions. We'll give on some kind of survey questions, maybe 4 5, that depends upon that course outcomes. So this all survey questions will say to the students, and the students will be give the rating. It's not that they have to answer anything. They will give that, suppose that if I'm taking network, I will tell that how you can configure a LAN, or are you able to configure the LAN. There that answer will be in that values, maybe 1 to 10 levels or 1 to 5 levels. So if they are expert, yeah, they can do, they can give 10. Or someone is that no, I can do only I can connect one computer, so they can give the fee. So that levels will give them to answer. As I told, that is completely result oriented and product define the process. These outcomes divides in the several parts. First talks about the program educational objectives, then program outcome, then program specific outcome and course outcomes. Program educational objectives, it is the broad statement which describe the career or professional of achievements of any student. Suppose if any student passed after 5 years of the graduation, what they will able to achieve. It's not talking about just after finishing the program, what which kinds of the job they are getting. No, after 5 years or after 3 years or after one period of the time, what that students are doing, what is their achievement or what they can do, where they can use our subject knowledge and what they are achieving. Program outcomes is talk about just after finishing the graduate, which kinds of job or which kinds of applications we are teaching and what finally they are able to do. If we are students from the computer science, BCA, whether they can able to develop any application, whether they can work as a software engineer, software developer, software tester. If it is for that commerce, whether they can work for the accounting or some other department. Then comes to the program specific outcomes. It's like when we are dividing BCA in data science. So we are the specific outcomes should be come from that. Even the BCA is different from that other course. So here also that PSO will be there. But when we having something specific in BCO, there PSO will be have more values. So it will talk that after completing the graduate, what specific things, what special things, what that major things they learn into the graduate or postgraduate programs. Course outcomes is talk about that every course when we are completing our syllabus, after finishing the syllabus, then we are doing, actually these are the documents when we are doing after completing of the course. Means after each and every semester, end of the semester, after result, we are doing this, we are making the course outcomes. That time we will have the direct, there are this course outcomes will have the two values. One will be the direct attainment, another will be indirect attainment. Direct attainment, it will directly come from our marks. Whatever the marks we are giving, that marks we will put into the our table. Then we will see that which students or what is the average number of students who achieve the CO1 what is the CO2, how many students achieve the CO2. There also levels are there. So there this regarding this PO actually is started from the Washington Accord, which gives that initially they tried to make merge all that programs. Now India is also part of that. I am not going in that. Will directly go with the NBA uh, program outcomes. So here we are talking about the program educational objectives, which I already discussed. Is talk about the what students achieve after few years, and this PO is consistent with the mission of our institute. Whenever we are making any PO, that should be it should be matched to our mission of the institute. This number of POs, it can be manageable. That depends upon that how our objectives, how what is our educational objectives. According to it, maybe 4, it may be 5. So we can number is not fixed for that. And this PO has to be achieved from the programs. And program outcome has to be achieved from the course outcome. Whenever we are designing the PO, we have to consult with the industry expert. We have to consult with the stakeholders such as alumni, students, management. There are some professional bodies, maybe we can IEEE, CSI, so many professional bodies are there. Our faculty members, parents, and what is the trends which is going inside the IT field or any other fields. These are the POs which is defined by NBA. There are 12 POs which is defined by the NBA. Whenever we are making our POs, that somewhere here and there we are aligned with this NBA annually. Their first NBA PO of NBA tells that what is the engineering knowledge, what they are understanding and where they are applying their mathematics. Then whether they can able to analyze the problems if you are giving any literature survey or anything, whether they can able to analyze. If you are giving any research problem, whether they can able to analyze, whether they can able to design and develop a solution of any complex process. Then whether they can do any investigations of case study. So there are 12 NBA programs. I will directly go with that what data I received from ma'am with the BCA PO. So this is the program specific outcomes which I already discussed. So this CO, this is the statement which indicates student can do after successfully completion of a course. We can't do the CO in between. We can't do after P1 or after periodical 1 exam or after periodical 2 exam or after class test. We can't do. Once this complete course will be over, we will do the CO. We will calculate the CO course outcomes. Every course will have some course outcome. We can't tell that this course does not have any outcome. If they does not have any outcome, then for what we are included in syllabus, for what we included into the programs. CO statements are defined by considering the course content covering each module of course. So if we are having the 5 modules, we should have minimum 5 COs. Each modules will have their own outcome. That outcomes will be the CO. That outcome will be CO1. If you need 1, we'll put CO1. If you need 2, we'll put CO2. If you need 3 outcome, we'll put CO3. So each and every course, there will be 5 to 6 COs. Maybe some places, if there are more syllabus, more credits, it may be more than that, or it is not like that it should be 5 only. Somewhere it may be 3 also, somewhere it will be 4 also, but generally it should be from 5 to 6 COs. Whenever we are defining the COs, whenever we are writing the COs, we should use the Bloom taxonomy level. We should not have all the CO telling that explain or students will understand this after completing the course, or students should analyze. There should be, we should at least cover that all the taxonomy level. If it's or not all, at least that we should cover 4 to 5 taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy level when we are creating the COs. Because each COs will have at least remember, understand, analyze, maybe create, then application levels. So we should have, because each and every subject will have their syllabus. Each syllabus will talk about some keyword of the Bloom taxonomy level. So whenever we are doing the COs, we should remember that we are using the keyword of the Bloom's taxonomy level. We should not use only the lower level of the Bloom's taxonomy. We should not only use the understand and remember. We should use higher level of taxonomy also, because then only we can, when we are using higher level of taxonomy while creating the COs, then that weightage of that course will be more. Hope it's clear about CO. If anyone having anything, please you can stop me anytime whenever you feel. Shall I go to next slide? If anyone having any doubt in COs, how to make the COs, then I'll go once again. Else I'll go to the next slide. Okay. Thank you. So next, once we'll have the PO already maximum we used to fix whenever we are designing any curriculums, we will have the fixed POs, and with that POs we are somewhere here and there this will match to the NBA. NBA having 12 POs, and from there we are taking either POs are matching or 6 PO or 7 PO. What I received from BCA course plan, I think there are 10 POs in this BCA course. So once we'll have PO, once we'll have PSO, then we will write the COs. Or if you already having CO also in the syllabus or in the curriculums, then we have to map it. This mapping will have one matrix. There will be in the row will be COs, column will be POs and PSOs. PO1, PO2, PO3 till we having 10 PO means 10 PO. A PO10, then if you're having 5 PSO, PSO1, PS2, PSO2, 3, 4, 5. So there is one matrix of CO and PO. And when we are giving that CO, PO values, there are 4 values we are putting. One, that is low correlation between CO and PO. 2, that is medium relation between CO and PO. 3, that talks about the high correlation between CO and PO. 4th, we are putting dash symbol. That means we are telling that there is no relations. It doesn't mean that all CO has to match all PO and all PSO. It's nowhere is there possibility. It's not possible also. There be chances that one CO will match with 2 PO, another CO will match for another 2 POs, another CO may will match again another POs, or it's chances that all CO will match for some particular POs. So it doesn't nowhere tell that all COs has to match with all PO and all PSO of any particular subject. But when we are making programs outcome, when we are calculating the program outcome of any particular program, maybe BCA, if you put the 10 POs, please remember that there should be some entry in each and every PO of any subject. We can't tell that we gave the 10 PO 1 to PO 10. We can't tell that PO 9 does not have any entries. If it is not there, then why we included into that PO? Then that we have to remove it. Similarly, if you put 3 PSO or 5 PSO, so all course when we are making together, there should be some entry of each and every PSO. Maybe it may be low, it may be medium, it may be high. That doesn't matter. But all the PO and PSO, finally, when we are making the program outcome of any course, there should be entry for all POs. So relations, course outcomes first we'll calculate. Then that course outcome has to match with the program outcome and program specific outcomes. This PO and PSO has to match our program educational objective. And this PEO, program educational objective, has to match with our mission and vision of our institutes. So first we'll make the CO. First we'll calculate, first we'll write that CO of any course. Then we already having the PO, then we'll have the CO PO matrix, we'll map it. Then this has to be achieve our PEO. This is the BCA program outcome. I took the same syllabus, same programs, outcomes and course outcome of one subject, which is shared by ma'am. So this, as I told, that this talks about the after completion of the graduate programs, after completion of the BCA, what these students will do, whether they will able to work or whether they will go for any higher study, whether they will pass any competitive exams and they will go for any government sectors. So what they will do? So that the program outcome has to tell. So there are 10 PO which was mentioned into the BCA syllabus. So first one talking about the computational knowledge, whether we can when we'll see this all the things is matching with our NBA. So first talking about the whatever the mathematical things we are taking, we are learning whether that mathematical concept we are applying into that programming language, whether that mathematical concept we are applying into our commerce background. So it talks about the whatever that uh, knowledge, whatever the basic knowledge we are getting, whether we are applying that. Then second one talks about the develop solving competence. So if we are giving any problems, whether they can able to work on that. Third one is talk about that whether we are teaching students for the modern tools, whatever the programming language, whatever the new softwares are coming, whether this subject will to match with that or whether something extra program tools we are teaching them, modern tools, whatever coming into the recent IT fields. Fourth one talks about the whether they having that skill or analytical abilities to solve any kinds of problems. Fifth one is talk about the whether this all this from the BCA PO. So it's talk about the software development practice. Then it's talking about that when they will develop any automation system, whether they know that how to develop, whether they can able to do. Seventh one talks about the whether they can able to communicate, whether that their students are effective in the communication with their higher authority or when they are working in the companies, whether they can able to communicate. This when we having any language subject and all, this will match. Again, when we are giving any training like maybe verbal or some other training, so whether that students, whether that any course we have, whether any course we have, which talks about that professional training. Then ninth one talks about that which kinds of careers they will select when we are teaching for the BC, whether they are getting any computer applications approach. 10th one talks about the individual and teamwork. Whenever any students are learning, whether alone they can work or whether they can work in the team. That's why teamwork we are means we are giving the major project, minor project, and we are asking them to make the team, or we are giving that some kind of assignment to do in the team. This is that program specific outcome of that computer science. So these are the PS. So I'm not going to talk here. So these are the COs now. These all COs I took from the syllabus of the data communication and computer network. So these 4 COs we have, and we saw there are here 10 PO, 5 PSO, and 4 COs. Now, this is the major things which we are going to study, which we are going to do when we are making the course plan. Now, we can see that we having the CO1 telling that explain the importance of data communication and the internet is supporting business communication and daily activity. So it's talking about the whenever this is about the networking, it's talking that whether whatever networking subject students study, whether they can able to match with any program outcomes. So when we are talking about that somewhere it may match for the computing models, means when we are is talking about completely business. So we are seeing here any of POs whether it is matching. If it is matching, we have to give the entry. It may be chances that that CO may slightly match. See, when the first PO when we are seeing, it talks about something about the foundation computing domain knowledge. So when we are talking about the computing, that will be some kinds of some device or some concept, something may be used. So I thought that it may be matched slightly to the PO1. And we'll go to the PO2, enable students to develop problem solving. Here we are not talking anything problem solving. We are just telling that explain the importance of the data communications and internet. So we are just telling that whether this data communication and internet can be used for any purpose. So, but in the PO2 is talking about the problem solving. No, PO3 talks about the modern tool uses. Whether this data communications techniques can be used for modern tool. There are chances. I didn't enter it. There are chances that they may use some new tools for the communication for the business purpose. So if it is like that, we have to make here in PO3, we have to make the entry here. If we'll feel that it can be, so if we'll feel that is slightly matching, we'll give the one value. So similarly, when we will go to each and every POs, one CO will take and we'll go to each and every POs and we will see whether that is matching. Skill and analytic ability. No, we are just talking about the importance of that, also importance of the computer network, not matching. Software development practice, whether this we are talking about anything in development in CO1? No. Awareness about automation, whether we are talking in that? If we are thinking that anywhere we can use for that, I don't feel anything in the business we are using for that. So communication efficiency, yeah, that it can be used for that any kinds of communication, because networking and internet is completely used for communication. So we can feel that PO7 is matching more. So what we will do is the PO7 we can give 2. Or if we'll feel that no, it's high match, it's that more all the communications of the business can be done through the internet and or intranet, we can give it 3. Similarly, we'll go to the PO8. When we are seeing the PO is talking about the professional skill. Whether anything we are talking about the professional skill here in this CO1. CO1 is talking about the daily activity and communication. It's not talking about the professional. If you feel that no, this can be matched, this may be which can use for that professional, but I don't feel so. If you are thinking that anywhere is matching, slightly also if it's matching, we can give 1 values. If it is not matching, actually we have to put here all the place I have to put this like this. It's indicate that there is no matching. 8, there is no matching. Similarly, when we will go to the PO9, 9 talks about the development. Development here, we are not talking about anything about development. We are just talking about the importance of the computer network in the business. No. So here also 9 will no, not matching. When it come to the 10,
Excuse me,
10
sir.
yeah,
Sir, in the ninth point,
yeah, ma'am.
development skills necessary in career of computer applications that can
Yeah,
be
ma'am.
mapped. That's matching with the computer network.
Ma'am, what here we gave here, that's why I told that when we are framing the COs, we have to when we are talking about the development, there should be CO keywords should be start like that, something like that Bloom's taxonomy level. Maybe some they can able to develop some model, communication model. If I just write, if I write the CO like this, development,
The skills necessary in career of computer applications.
yeah. If we write anything like development of communication model,
No, develop the skills necessary in career of computer applications. So
yeah,
computer networks in the field of computer networks,
yeah.
I think we can develop the
Uh,
skills necessary in the
then
career.
if you'll feel, we can give here 1.
Next.
Whether are you feeling that, ma'am, it will be highly or medium or low?
It can be 1 low.
Yeah, yeah, that we can put. If you're thinking that everything depends upon the faculty who is teaching that. If they feel that no, this is matching with any POs, we have the we can have the entry.
Yes.
We can have one, we can have two, we can have, now according to, as you told, that it can be used for that development of computer applications. Maybe that may be any application related to the networking. They may have some protocol development, or to that, to develop that, they may have some basic, they should have some basic knowledge about maybe some hardware, some components, some data communication components, or some internet. If we are thinking that somewhere it is matching, we'll give there one.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else, any other suggestions or anything?
Sir, you please continue. At the end
Yeah,
we can, I
yeah,
think.
ma'am. So 10th one, we are talking about the team and individual works. Yeah, that for any things that we, as we are teaching, we are giving the assignments, or this communication work is maybe we can have the team who can work for any projects. Yeah, that can be slightly, it can be one. Then come to the PSO here, as given as there are 5 PSOs. First one talk about the product knowledge and skill. Second one talks about the comprehend, explore, and build up computer programs. Third one talks about the knowledge required for planning, designing, and building complex applications. So we will see that whether any PSO is matching here. So first one talks, first PSO talks about the product knowledge and skill. Yeah, that will be product knowledge. Any product knowledge is for any networking product knowledge, they required for any kinds of communications. So that is, we can put the one values. Second one, PSO talks about the explore, build up of computer programs. But here again, we are talking only about that communication devices, internet. So here we are not talking anything about programming. Third ones, again, we are talking about the whether required planning, designing, and building complex applications. PSO3 also we can match with 1 or 2. So PSO2, according to me, is not matching. If faculty will feel that they're matching, they can give 1 or 2 values or 3 values. So PSO3, we can give 1. Then again, we'll go with the PSO4. PSO4 talks about provide support to automated system. Yeah, computer network we can use for the automated system anywhere, wherever that any we are talking about any automation, anything that communication channels are required, communications, internet or internet, that things are required. So we can give here 2. Similarly, PSO5 is talk about the produced entrepreneurs who develop. Here we are talking about develop of the customized solution for small and medium enterprise. Yeah, here actually first CEO talks about the internet supporting business communications. So this will maybe highly match, because this CEO itself talk that whatever we are teaching, that has to be talk about the business communication. Here also this PSO talks that this should we have for the entrepreneurs, maybe a small or a large, big company or big organization. So here we can, if we feel that, we can put it 3. So it depends upon that how much it's matching. As ma'am told that this can be match, yeah, where if it's slightly matching, we can put 1. If it is more medium level, we can put 2. If it is completely that CO is matching with the PO, we can use the 3. Similarly, for that CO2, we can do the same thing. So this is for the CO, PO, and PSO attainment. Somewhere what that they are dividing the COPO attainment one and COPSO attainment one. But this is better that whenever we are making any course plan presentation, or whenever we are making a lesson plan or course plan, it will be better that when we will put both together, will both merge together, so we can make the CO, PO, and PSO attainment. This matrix will be very useful when we are doing the program outcome, when we are calculating the program outcome. So now next comes that about the COPO mapping. Now when we are giving the questions for exams, we may have that two periodicals exam, P1, P2, and maybe one assignment will be for 20 marks. Here what I plan is that uh, periodical 125, periodical 225, continuous assessment for 20 marks, and semi consider for 30 marks. That depends upon you that whether the end sem is for 50 marks or 70 marks. But here I division is like periodical 1 25, periodical 2 25, assignment 20, and sem 30. So I divided marks in that. Now when we are giving the questions, when we are creating the exam questions, we should remember that which question is mapping for which COs. If we are having the 25 marks questions, how you divided the COs, it will better. We should have the two question papers, one with the when we are writing the COs, another which we are giving to the students. So each and every question paper may cover at least one CO. Not more than one is possible, but minimum one CO it has to be covered, because all the COs came from each and every instructional unit. So if the syllabus, if that periodical one exam syllabus having the two units you cover, and that covers the two COs. So what we will do is, if the you are asking from the unit 1 for 15 marks, unit 2 for 10 marks, we will specify into the marks division component. So there will be the marks division with respect to the CO of each and every questions. This is too much important when we are calculating the CO final, if any course CO attainment. This is too much importance, because this will help us to calculate that whether as to how many students reach that CO1 level, how many students reach to CO2 level. So this is too much important. So whenever we are framing the questions, we should know that which COs, which question belongs. And overall, we have one calculation that in P1, CO1 was 15 marks, CO2 was 10 marks. In P2, CO2 we asked for 10 marks, CO3 for 5, CO4 for 10. So the all division should be there. And we can't ask all periodical questions in only one CO. That means when we are telling like that in this division, that means we didn't completed the course. We didn't complete the syllabus. Because our course having 4 COs, if all the questions belong from CO1 and CO2 only, then that means we didn't cover CO3 and CO4. Maybe we didn't cover in P1 and P2, but maybe in NSEM we covered. So NSEM we can put that CO4. So this division is too much important, and that final there will be one calculation that CO1 how much marks we ask, CO2 how much marks we ask. So there should be final calculation. Next, now here what we saw that I am going with this here, what we had overall CO1 we asked 20 marks, CO2 30 marks, CO3 25, and CO4 25. Overall marks we asked for the students in their all exams together out of 100. So out of 100, CO1 20, CO2 30, CO3 25, CO4 25. Now one student in the data communication and computer network subject, he has scored P1 17 marks, P2 18 marks, continuous assessment he scored 18 marks, and SEM he scored 25, and total his marks is 77. Now you may have one difficulty here, that if you already having the questions, this answer when we are doing the evaluation, if we having like the first sheet saying that 1AB, 2AB, 3AB, then it's very easy to calculate the marks of each and every student what CO they wrote. Now if we are telling that one student as a marks I am telling 17, 18, 18 like that. Then we have to see their book. We have to see their notebook actually. If the front page you are having that 1A, 1B, then you know that which CO that which question belongs. Then we have to divide that students which CO how much marks he achieved. In the CO1 he got the 7 marks. In the CO2 he got the 7 marks, and CO3 he got 3 marks. In P2 he got 18, so his marks 18 is divided into CO2 4, CO2 6, CO3 4, and CO4 8. Similarly, we will check his marks division in each and every COs. Finally, we will calculate that how much marks he achieved in which CO. He achieved here 16 marks in CO1 out of how much? Out of 20. 22 marks in CO2 out of 30. 18 marks in CO3 out of 25. 20 marks in CO4 out of 25. So these two is too much importance when we'll calculate the attainment level. Okay. Now, as we saw in these two tables, so we can have the actual marks allocated divided by scored marks. So here we can see that students scored 16 marks in this out of how much? Out of 20. So 16 divided by 20, how much percentage? It is 18%. Similarly for CO2, CO3, CO4. Now this level I will tell. So this level we should, this is the general level we can have according to your department, according to your higher authority, according to that members, that academic coordinators or head of department or principal. They can suggest, or initially faculty also, if they want, they can take this level 3, level 2, level 1, and they have to take approval from their higher authority. So what here I did is, if any student is getting more than 75% marks, I am telling that he is reaching the attainment level 3, more than 75%. If he is getting 65 to 75% marks, I am telling that he reached the attainment level 2. If he is getting less than 65, I am telling that he is reaching to the attainment level 1. Now, this student, we can see that he achieved 80%, 73, 72, 84. So, attainment level here we define as the 3, 2, 2, 3. So, his CO1 attainment is the level 3, CO2 level 2, CO3 level 2, CO4 again he reached to level 3. So this values we can define, this marks range we can define for attainment level for all the COs. Now this is for whatever we saw, that is for one student. Now when we are going, we have in the class we'll have the around 50 to 60 students or more than that. So I will show that Excel sheet also which I created, that also I will share with all of you. So we will have that one Excel sheet where we can apply all kinds of formulas. This is the directly calculate from the formulas. So these all that I have in the 4 student details with their attainment level, which is calculated with respect to the formulas, and this formula is nothing but same thing I applied, how much marks he scored in that particular CO and how much marks allocated in the question total for that particular COs. So when we'll calculate the average, this finally what will happen, 60 students at an CO attainment level will there, then we'll calculate the average of that. So we have to calculate the complete class of any particular course. So what we have to do is we have to take the average of each CO. So what we'll do is sum of all CO attainment and divided by total number of students. Now example here, total average of CO1. If we are calculating total average of CO1, so we'll take all CO1, we'll add it, 3, then here it will come 3. So we'll all CO will add and we'll divide by the number of students. So this will give the average. So now here we can see that CO1 having 3. Again, we having here for the student 2 is 3. Here for the test student 3 is also 3. Student 4 also 3. So in this, all the students attainment level is 3. So 3, 3, 3, if you add it is 4. Sorry, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 divided by 4 when we are putting, that is 3. So attainment, average CO attainment level will become 3. Now if you'll go to for the CO2, we'll have that here, you can have the 2, then we having 3, 3 plus 2, 5, plus 3, 8, again we having 3, 11. 11 divided by 4, that will become, I think, 2.8. So we'll have the average attainment, average CO attainment, finally it will be calculated. This attainment level will help. Now this is the final which attainment level will get from each and every course. Once we'll get the attainment level, it's not completed for that subject. Now that attainment level, you evaluated from where? Which question paper we gave to the students, which assignment we gave for the students, which class test, maybe quiz, whatever we gave, maybe we gave some case study, and that we evaluated, and that is called the direct attainment. What we received here, that is the direct attainment level, which we asked the students an answer and we gave the marks. According to the marks, attainment level is calculated. Now whenever we are going for any maybe accreditation board or anything, maybe university, college, they will have one decision that they will consider 80% or 70% or 90% direct attainment, and if they are considering 80% direct attainment and 20% for indirect attainment. So this value is for the 80%. How this will calculate, that I will tell next. Again, 20% weightage, what they will give is, they will do the survey. When they will do survey, once I completed the course and some exam finished, every course faculty will have the one survey form. In that survey form, they have to give the survey questions. Minimum one question should be there from each CO. Minimum one question. If you are having 4 COs, minimum 4 survey questions should be there, and each survey questions at least has to match with one CO. You may have the more than 4 questions and more than one questions of each CO. So how to do it? Generally, what we can, this is the simplest way of what I'm telling, that we can do better also. We can convert the CO into the questions, or that unit, we know that first unit is this CO. In that unit, what are the important stick, what are the conclusion of that unit? We may ask them in the survey whether you will able to do this, or are you able to find any case study or anything. We'll give the level there. We're not asking anything in the survey form in that answer, that sentence or anything. No, we are just asking in the level, maybe 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 3. So they will give the no, according to their knowledge, they will give 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. So again, from that indirect attainment level, we'll get the average. That average again will be calculated for the CO attainment with respect to the indirect attainment questions. So we'll do that indirect attainment and we'll do the direct attainment. After that, so you see that here in this table is talk about the, we having average CO attainment, we having average CO attainment, which is that only direct. I kept here 80% weightage, 20% weightage I kept for the indirect attainment, which we are doing the survey. Okay, then we are taking that attainment level for both. Then we are making the final attainment percentage. Percentage nothing, will add both of them. Both of that I will add, but will not add. Will multiply this into 80, this into 80, and this into 20. Then we'll take average, that will come something like 90.8. Then we'll see that this 90.8, as we know that more than 75% we are taking the attainment level 3. So similarly we will do for all COs. Now it may be you may all of our faculty member may feel it's difficult, but once we'll start doing this, then it will have this practice, and it will feel easy to do. When we did the first this one COPO attainment and we made the DAC report, it was really too much hectic because initially to do one subject only we took around 2 to 3 days because we have to understand the process. For that there are several Excel sheet which is available, but so many Excel sheet I also try to refer from that social media, but they will not give us complete. So what I did is according to my knowledge, according to the what I learned from my university people, what I learned from Dr. N.J. Rao, who is famous for that this OB. He belongs actually he was working in Triple IT Bangalore. So I got actually 10 from him 6 months in 2000 I think 11 2010. That time only he was talking about the COPO attainment, instructor objective, and OB and all. Now these things everything came mandatory, so actually I went 6 month training under him, which was supported by that I think Delhi centrally it was supported. So from my college they gave me leave and they deputed for that, so I learned from him and I learned from our university. They also conducted several webinars seminar regarding to the OB. So according to that experience, I tried to create one Excel sheet, which I'll share with all of you. You can work on that. You can add in that. That free to do. If you need what formulas I use in that, that also I'll help how I did what and all things I use. So these all the things will be very easy. If I am asking you to anyone to calculate manually or things, it will be really hectic job for all of us. So for that, I created one Excel sheet, but in that Excel sheet, I didn't put for 60 and all. I just took example of 6 students and every formulas I applied, and we are getting the final attainment and final attainment level. So we will once we'll get that average CO attainment means direct attainment, indirect attainment, then we'll calculate the final attainment level. This is important to match with the COPO mapping which we did here, this and this will be used for the final calculation. Yes. Shall we go for 5 minutes break, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll go for 5 minutes break. Then I will take the example. Then I'll explain because now it will, when we are going to a theoretical part, it will be we may feeling difficulty. So I'll go with one Excel sheet which I created, and parallelly I took one course of data communications, and with the help of I'll try to explain now. Yeah, so we'll go with 5 minutes break.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Dear participants, just 5 minutes of break. Please be in line, online.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Now it is audible, sir.
No, no, I went for a break.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay.
yeah, okay. Just 2 minutes, I'll start.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. So now I'll again start.
Yes, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, ma'am. So now we saw that how we can calculate the. I'll just go with. We'll have the CO, PO, PSO attainment. We'll match with our all CO with the PO, PSO. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So we were discussing about first CO, PO, PSO attainment. Somewhere it's called the matrix. Then actual division of the questions in question paper with respect to the COs. Then we took the example of one student and how much marks he is scoring or she is scoring, she is getting in their exams. Then we are dividing with respect to the CO, how much marks that a student got in which CO, maybe 773. It depends upon their score. Then how to calculate the CO attainment level with respect to that marks range which we are allocating for the level 3 to 1. Level 1 is high, medium and low level. 3 levels what range we are defining. So according to that, students will get the attainment level with respect to the CO. Then we have to calculating the average attainment level of one class, that we are taking the sum of all COs of sum of all attainment of the particular CO divided by number of students. And then that is the direct attainment which we are getting from exam, assignments, or case study, quiz, seminar, whatever we are giving. Then parallelly we are calculating the indirect attainment which we are getting from the survey. These survey questions we are giving after completion of the course. We are giving the survey questions. That survey questions belongs from each and every COs. If 4 COs, it is that we should give minimum 4 indirect attainment questions. Else, we will not able to match with the CO this whatever that points will get in the indirect attainment. Suppose if we are giving 3 COs, 3 questions, and we are having 5 COs, maybe 2 COs attainment level will be 0. In that, when this 2 CO will be 0, then finally it will affect to our average attainment level. So we'll have the direct attainment level, indirect attainment level. We can divide head or principal or management can decide with their board members that how much percentage they are keeping for the direct attainment, how much percentage they are keeping for indirect attainment. They may be 70, 30, 80, 20, 90, 10. I saw generally so many places that they are considering 80, 20. Finally, we are calculating the average attainment level of direct attainment, average attainment level for indirect attainment, and finally we are calculating the final attainment achieved by the student. This is the complete attainment level with respect to the all COs. Now, once this is done, this is done. What we have to do is, now comes our documentation part, which we need for our other accreditations, maybe NAC and VA. What they want is, they want that we have to make one report. We have to make the report of each and every course, and each and every course will should have CO and what attainment level we reached here in this year, this final attainment level, that should be there in this, and what faculty felt while teaching, what is the previous year if same faculty took the subject, whether any suggestion was given, if same faculty didn't took, or if that any other faculty took, if we are having the document of the previous year, we should write it what suggestion is given into the previous year. I'll go with directly, I'll go, yeah. So this one kind of report we have to make. This report, each and every subject we should have. So if our BC having 48 subject, 48 course reports should be there. And each and every course report should be authenticated by faculty who handle and academic head or head of department or principal, or there may be some separate academic council or some kind of committee who is looking for these all kinds of academic activities. So first will be, as you know, course code, course name, whatever the course we are talking, name of the faculty who handled, previous suggestion. If this subject was in the previous year, if we having the report with the previous suggestion was that, yes, it was there. Then how much percentage of syllabus that our faculty and we complete? 100, generally we used to complete 100% syllabus. We are not leaving anything more than that. We used to do, we used to do 100% syllabus, then we used to do the case study, then we used to give some kind of assignment, some kind of seminar we used to conduct, some kind of external person we used to bring for that particular subject. So generally we used to cover 100% syllabus. Then overall CO attainment. So whatever we achieved here, that has to be copied here. There actually different value had different values there. So whatever values, suppose that here I achieved 90.8, 90.66. So here in my report, here I will write 90.8, 90.6, CO2 is 90.6, then CO3 is 77.2, CO4 is 85.6. There is no CO5, so no need of that. We can just delete it. Now, when we are seeing these 4 COs, then we will discuss with the will in front of our faculty who is handling the subject. We'll discuss with that faculty that is that same faculty or if different faculty. We'll discuss that in previous year we gave this suggestion. We gave this suggestion. Whether you implemented the previous year suggestion. If yes, we'll write that yes, they implemented which year suggestions we given. Now, that is about the previous year faculty and these things. Our faculty role is completed there. Now next remarks for next academic year. Now we are seeing there here CO 377.2. We may tell our faculties that we will see that what is in the CO3 syllabus. Then we can tell that if there is something case study we can give, some mini project we can give, if we can ask them to do some kind of literature survey, some field work, or some kind of quiz, something which can be improve the CO3. See, this CO3 77.2% is also very good. Some places what we will see that it may be 50%, some places will show 40%. That doesn't mean we didn't teach anything, they didn't achieve. We already covered the syllabus, but they didn't achieve. For that, how we can make them interactive session, how we can give the input, so they can able to get the good so we can able to get the good attainment percentage level, or that's good that CO percentage. So some input that our head of department or somewhere they will talk about this CO, that we can tell that CO3, here we can suggest that CO3 can be improved. Because all other CO is already good. Even CO3 is also good. But if you want, we can write, or we can write that everything is good. Like that also we can write, or we can write all COs are fine. Now this comment finish in that table. Now, after that, also when the table work is over, then there will be two more paragraphs. Action plan for course faculty for next academic year. If he or she will handle the same subject. If I am handling this year Java, you gave me suggestion that Santhosh, Anand, you have to improve CO3. You give some quiz and all. Next year, if I am not getting Java subject or that subject is not there in that curriculum, what I can do? But if I will handle next year, I will assume that in the DAC report that I will assume that I will handle this. So I will write that in the next academic year, I will try to give some mini project on that some particular point topic. In the unit CO3, we'll find which unit we can give what. So I will write there. After that, department academic coordinator, maybe academic head, maybe some kind of head of department. What they will do is they will see this. They will check that how much syllabus coverage is there. What is that attainment level is there. According to that, they will suggest. They will also suggest few things. So once this suggestion and all is done, then we will have report like this. One second. So we may have report like this. You can make your own report. So we'll put this. So we'll have the action plan, what faculty will do next year, what is the suggestion given by the department or academic head with respect to the syllabus or with respect of the coverage. So that report will be generated, and that report will be signed by the faculty, and it has to be authenticated by the head of department or academic head or principal, anyone. This report, this all 48 subject reports we have to file. That will finally will conclude the program outcome of including all the subjects which was there in particular program. So this one report will be there, which every subject we have to create it. Now come to the course wise. We finished course wise. We having the report, we having the attainment level percentage complete. Now average attainment level we have from here, right? This is average attainment level, this one. So what we will do is, yeah, one small mistake is here. Not average CO attainment. We'll take that final attainment level, this one, this column, and whatever that we did in COPO attainment here, whatever we did while starting the COPO matrix, this matrix, and what we achieved finally, this one final attainment level. Both has to be multiplied with each other. So this 90.8, sorry, this 3 will multiply with this 3. This 2.8 will multiply with the 2. This 2.4 multiply with 1. This 3 multiply with this 2. And there will be divided by, we'll add all these things and divide to this. This will give us the program attainment, PO, program outcome attainment of that particular subject. This will for one course. Then what we have to, this is that how we calculated. Somewhere what I saw that they're calculating the average CO attainment. We can have the average CO attainment also. Better to have to go with the final attainment level. This will get the best result, and we'll get the PO attainment of that particular course. How to calculate that? As I told, we'll have the CO value from table 7. Whether I wrote table number or not, no. So CO value from that COPO matrix and this final attainment level in the table 9. So this both we will multiply, for each and every COs. So we'll multiply what's final attainment we got in CO1 and what in the COPO matrix. Again with others, we'll multiply it here like this. This multiply by this. Actually, you think that this is only final attainment. This multiply 3 multiply by 3, 2 multiply by 2.6. So whatever the average CO attainment is there and what COPO attainment we made there, that multiply we'll do and divide by this, divide by this point, 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. So this will give the average that we will keep into the PO1. Similarly for PO2, we can see that only one value we have. So this will be 0. Again, this will be, this will be 0. This will be 0.28. This will be 0. This will be 0. Again, finally, we will add all the things and divide by 1. So whatever value will be there, with same value may appear. So this will get, and we'll get the program outcome attainment of one course. Same thing we'll do for all 48 course and we'll put it here. All 48 course we'll put and we'll get the average direct PO attainment here. Why I told that if we want the final attainment level only, then we should have the multiplication with the final attainment level. So down here in this column, we can remove all the things. We can just write PO attainment. If you want separate PO and CO attainment, then we can multiply with this. This is the which we got from direct attainment with this. Then again we have to do with indirect attainment into this. Then we'll get here COPO. So better, my suggestion is that one PO attainment is enough. So we can just multiply with the PO, final PO attainment with the COPO matrix. So we'll get it here, course code, course name we'll put all 10 PO, all 5 PSO. We'll copy paste all the values and we'll apply the average formula in Excel sheet. We'll get the values. So this is the PO attainment, program outcome attainment of one program. This is for BCA with 48 subject. What I was telling that time is, in this, we should have value in each and every PO and PSO. So we should have, when we are developing the course, when we are making the COPO matrix, we should check that we are not leaving any PO or any PSO. All the PO and PSO has to be matched here. Finally, when we are making the program outcome of any one course, we can't tell that PO6 is not matching, PO6 is 0. If it is 0, then they'll ask, then why you put that PO6 in your program? There should be somewhere, it may be some from the language subject with some, it's not doesn't mean that it should support for mathematics. It may be language, it may be some mathematics, or it may be some other professional thing. Somewhere we should have the matching with all the PO and PSO. Once this is done, this is finished. I will go with example. I will go with one Excel sheet. Hope my Excel sheet is visible. So this is COPO matrix. This you think that this is matching. I am not directly keeping all the things there. So here we having COPO matrix, which we will do when we'll do the course plan. I think better I'll go with the course plan, then I'll come back to this. So all of us, we are doing the course plan, right? Course plan or lesson plan. This is also important. So whenever we are doing the course plan for any subject, we'll have our college name. Then they will have an address on that, maybe Bangalore, Mysore, whatever we want we can. Faculty who is handling, which semester that subject belongs, what is the designation of the faculty, and course name and course code. This program outcome is not necessary to put all the course plan, because that is already defined in our curriculum, so that is not needed. So I just listed it here. So there is 10 PO, there are 5 PSO, and in this data communication there are 4 COs. So what we'll do is we'll make the COPO matrix, COPO PSO matrix. Okay, so we'll have the matrix. Once the matrix is done, we'll have the syllabus is not required. Syllabus I put because I have to make the course plan here. So this is the syllabus. There are 4 units in that, and there are few reference books for that. So here we can see that this is the one general course plan. What I feel, what according to my experience, you can have better than this also if you want to include some more rows, some more columns. Rows we can't increase because that talks about the lecture hours. So this I took for the unit 1 syllabus. Unit 1 syllabus I took. Remember that whenever we are writing CO should match with the Bloom taxonomy level. So if you feel that anywhere you have to, if that you are getting permission to frame anywhere COs and all, please check it that, and you should have matching with at least more number of taxonomy levels. We can't keep only L1 taxonomy or 2 taxonomy level while creating or while designing the course and course outcome. So I took introduction of computers, that I feel that as it is from the unit 1 and CO1 talks about the communication networks and internet in business. So computer network will belong to CO1. Topology also it can be belongs from CO2. But when we are talking the baseband and broadband is stuck going completely to networking. CO2 having like that concept here. is talking about the working of the communication work in data network and the internet. Here you see it's talking about only for business. Somewhere we having freedom to add, we can also write that this is also part of communication only. So we can write CO2 also. And also network topology is also part of communication. So we can put CO2. If we feel so baseband, broadband topology, this I thought it will directly belong to the CO2. Then guided media CO2. So we'll go to syllabus content and we'll see that which Bloom's taxonomy this belongs. Introduction, this means it's about talking about that remember things and all. So it will be L1. With network topology somewhere remember understanding, that will be level 2. I downloaded somewhere Bloom taxonomy level also. One image from internet. Yeah. This is the Bloom taxonomy level. L1 talks about the lower level. Remember, L2 talks about understand, L3 is apply, L4 analyze, then evaluate and create. There are somewhere 1 or 2 level they merge and all. So there are 6 levels generally what we are thinking. So it's all that remember when we are talking is talk about the recalling fact, understanding by explaining something. Then applying means whatever we learn, whether we can apply to get solve any problems. Whatever things are there, whether we can analyze and we can try to establish a relation with some other project or some other modules or something else which is given by the case study. Evaluating whether whatever the things we are, whether we are telling that it's good, bad, or with what respect, where we are doing comparison, what is that work comparison. Then whether any new innovative things or anything we are doing. So these all are the 6 levels which from the Bloom's taxonomy. So these things we have to keep in the mind while doing the course outcome design. Sorry. So we'll have the unit number, lecture hour number, topics to be covered, COs, Bloom taxonomy level, and reference materials, maybe book name, chapter name, we can put like this. So here each and every lecture hours will have some whatever the topics we are covering, which COs belong. If it belongs from that, we may think that unit 1 we put only CO. But what I felt here, unit 1, you will see the syllabus is talk about the network, and CO1 and CO2 here both is talking about the network, both. So here CO1 and CO2 majorly belongs from the CO unit 1, but CO2 is also part of the unit 2 because we are talking about the communication works. So there is communication, maybe we are using for that digital to analog communication channels, converters, some kind of multiplexer, some kind of error handling. So these all comes under the communication. So this will be unit 2 belongs from CO2, CO3 maybe belongs from the unit 3. So according to that, we should fill into the course plan. Which CO that topic belongs, which taxonomy level, which book materials, which book name here we are anyhow writing. So this will be book 1, which chapter we are using. So we can write like this. Finally, this is the remarks which is given by the head of department. Just actually this practice we used to do in when I was head of department in Persona College of Engineering Technology. That time we made this like this, that we will put one remark of every time once that course will complete it to check that whether our faculty or whether we completed the syllabus or not. So we will put the remarks. First faculty will put that syllabus is completed this unit. So finally all segregation will done by the head of department, and they will we will write that this much portion is completed. This is the remarks column. So this is the minimum things which we can put. More things, it depends upon you. Some places you can have that objective also. So that depends, that freedoms that depends upon our academic board what they are deciding. So these are the things which should be there in course plan. So this is that one course plan format. Some places what I saw that COPO mapping they'll put at the last. That depends. We can put in the last, no problem. After this course plan, after this unit, we should have the book reference. Then so there should be faculty and information who is handling that, email ID, phone number, and designation. Then there should be one head of department signature and principal signature. So this is the course plan, one general format. Now I will go with Excel sheet. So here we are having COPO mapping. Which we already have from our course plan. We'll copy it, and we will do it. This all the COPO PSO mapping will fix into our curriculums. So no need that every time our faculty has to, because same subject, right? So no need that every time faculty has to be frame the COPO. Once the curriculum is designed, we'll fix the COPO and we'll print with that curriculums. So here that marks, as I told that this is the student marks. This is the division of the marks according to the question paper. Okay, here this table which helps to calculate the attainment. Here you can see that I use the formulas. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hardly 10 more minutes I will take. Yeah. 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 Thank you. So this is the Excel sheet which I was talking. So this Excel sheet, what I explained say regarding same formulas, same formulas I use for the calculations of CO, direct attainment, indirect attainment, and finally here we will get this value. From this, we have to copy this complete, and we have to put in the program outcomes here. First column we can put it, we can copy this value, and we have to paste it there. Each and every subjects will copy this and will paste in this. So we'll paste this, and finally we'll get the average. Either if you want that average direct attainment, indirect attainment, or we can have the final attainment, or directly we can have PO attainment. That's it. So this Excel sheet, if anyone needs, I can share with that. I don't have any issue with that. But what I did is this Excel sheet does not contains more than 4. So everywhere you can see that everywhere I use the equations, formulas, same formulas. So if you are making for 50 or 60 students, you can go with this formula, and same formula you can apply with one set of students, and then this Excel sheet can be used for n number of courses. Till now I work for the 4. I'll try to work more, and I will share with ma'am, and ma'am can share with all of the participants. Whoever is interested, please go with that. If any suggestions you want to give in this, please let me know so I can improve this Excel sheet. So now we'll go with the question answer. So this is all about that, how to calculate COPO, PSO attainment. Finally, how to make the program outcome. Once we'll have all the course outcome of each and every subject, then that, as I told from the last, we should copy paste, and finally we'll get this sheet. This sheet also we have to signed by the head of department and principal, as well as any committee members, and we have to put the report 48 subjects with this as the program outcome of all 48 subjects together. Thank you everyone. From my side, I feel that these are the experience which I shared. If anyone have any suggestion, anything, please let me know. Yeah, I will
Dear,
say yes, yes, ma'am.
dear participants, if you have any queries or regarding doubts of preparing course outcome and program outcome, you can raise your questions. Or else you can put it in chat box.
Yeah.
I'll read out your question.
Yeah. Someone asked that they Excel sheet. Yeah, I will share with Excel
Yeah,
sheet with ma'am, and ma'am will share all of you. And you are feel free to edit it. And if anywhere you need my suggestion, or if anywhere you are feeling that which formulas I used, how I did, whatever I explained the PPT also I will share with all of you. You can go with the PPT and you can just cross work with that Excel sheet. In Excel sheet, remember one thing: 2 duplicate tables I created. So there are just 1 second. So please don't get confused in that. There are because as I was working, there are 2 duplication tables are there. This table, this right side tables, this is the duplicate of the same table. This is better than this. Okay, so you can consider this result as the final. This table 9, table 8, table 7, you can utilize it. Everybody is the same formula, whatever formula I explained, same formula I used in the Excel sheet. If anyone will have anything, please you can reach me anytime.
So
Yeah,
can we use the same formula for all the courses?
yeah, ma'am. We can use all the, because anyhow calculation of the COPO attainment will not change. So for
Okay.
all the courses, we can use the same formula. We only changes will happen in the COPO mapping, and that finally what CO attainment will get.
The thing is what for the BCA we have practical oriented subject and for the commerce it is non-practical oriented subject. For the
Ah,
same BCA and BCom can we use the same type of
we can
assessment
use,
or
ma'am.
what can
Yeah, we can use, and the marks division will be different. So according
okay.
to the mark division, we just had to remove one column, or we can remove one column. We can add one column.
Okay.
There may be some places that in the lab we may having the 4 lab test or 3 lab test or 1 lab test or 2 lab test. So according to that, we can remove or we can add the columns.
Okay. Participant, if you have any doubts you can raise your question or you can drop a message in chat box. Yes, Mritula ma'am, do you have any doubt? Hello, is this audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible.
Do you have any doubts, others? Participants, do you people have any doubt? Okay, fine. So for any queries, we'll contact you.
Yeah, yeah, thank
Kindly
you.
do the needful.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am. Sure.
Thank you for your sharing your knowledge and clarified our doubts to prepare the mechanism of evaluation mechanism of program outcome and course outcome. Now I would like to request Mr. Kumar to give the vote of thanks. Kumar sir, can you take over the section?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, all. So I, Mr. Kumar, our Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce and Management, take this gracious opportunity to give vote of thanks. Firstly, I cordially thank today's chief guest, Professor Santhosh Anand, Vice Chairperson, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Mysore campus, for being the resource person for today's webinar and for insightfully influencing all the participants. Sir, we are very grateful to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
I would like to extend our thanks to Professor Soumya Irappa ma'am, Principal Sheshadipuram Degree College, Mysuru, who have inspired us to work with a zeal and dedication. Thank you very much, madam. I also thank all the participants to showing active participation in this webinar. I am deeply indebted to the technical team who had actualized this webinar. Lastly, I thank profusely to everyone who has shown concern in attending this webinar. Thank you one and all. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. If any
Feedback.
suggestion,
Feedback link. Yes,
Feedback.
yes, please. Feedback link has posted in the chat group and even YouTube also. Kindly give the feedback. Dear participant, kindly give the feedback. It has been posted already. Yes, sir, please. Do you have anything to share, sir? Santhosh, sir?
no, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.